All right. Good evening. This is Penelope Flynn, co host and moderator of Discussions from the Otherhood. I am here on this podcast tonight with Otto, waiting for the rest of the Blurred Assassins next door to show up. But I have been informed that the playoffs have started for the NFL, so it's a good possibility that many people will be late or may not show up at all. So, with that being said, we usually start out talking about the weather. And since Otto and I are the only ones here and our weather is the same, well, Otto, I'll let you talk about our weather.
Well, it's a beautiful day today. Absolutely beautiful. It started off like 61, 62 degrees. It is now a beautiful 29 degrees.
Yes, it's beautiful. Are you kidding? It's 29. Are you nuts?
29 degrees.
You're kidding. It dropped that much in the past 2 hours?
29 degrees.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad I'm inside with my hoodie and my heat because that's not the type of weather that I really would like to get acclimated to. So, yeah. Also, I want to let you all know tonight, those of you all who are watching the show on Facebook, that you should go on to StreamYard. StreamYard, I think it's StreamYard and a slash Facebook to get on and show your names if you are going to be commenting, because otherwise it won't show your name. It'll just show Facebook, individual. So with that, I think I hear some people pinging me. Yes, I do. Uh, okay, well, we have a Sonia saying she'll be here ASAP. That'd be wonderful. And that's it. So we're waiting for Sonia. I'm sure she'll be here very, very soon. Hopefully, we'll have a Nikki and a James and a Cranston to join us. But if you are listening to us now, you're on Facebook. You can also catch this particular broadcast and the rest of our broadcasts on Discussions from the Otherhood on YouTube. You can also catch us tomorrow when we upload this to TalkShoe, and also to iPhone and Spotify. So tonight is a live broadcast, but as of tomorrow, you'll be able to catch us on all those different platforms and all that like and subscribe stuff they tell you to do. You can do all those things as well. Um, waiting. Hold on. Like I said, we're afraid that several people will be caught up. We have a Cranston saying that he is backstage, but I don't see him. I only see Otto and no Cranston. Are you sure? You are okay. I have a person that says I am here in the Facebook. Oh, um, Cranston, I gather that must be you. You cannot use this because that puts you there on Facebook. You have to use the link that I sent you in the email, and that is the only way you can get backstage. So yeah, we're hammering out the kinks here, but we'll get it together. And here we go. Just check that email I sent you this afternoon. It should have all the relevant information. All right, now while we are waiting for everybody to join us, we're going to play a game. And the game is one that we kind of have developed here, going back and forth with each other during the podcast. And it's called 6 Degrees of Occupation. And everybody knows, how that developed. 6 degrees of separation, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, moving on. Ours is 6 degrees of occupation. And it kind of came about with a conversation, I think, between Otto and Cranston, and someone who had this thought that uh, Raymond Burr, who plays um, Perry Mason, moved to, I guess, LA or something to become a police officer. And then he was shot and he became Ironside. So we started laughing about it, ha ha ha, but then saying, okay, but before he was Perry Mason, remember that he was also hey, Sonia, he was also the husband, the murderous husband in Rear Window.
Disgruntled.
Disgruntled husband.
I had no idea
Um,
why he was disgruntled.
he was. I wanted to be gruntled, but he was disgruntled. Murderous husband. Then the murderous husband is put in jail, escapes to Tokyo, Japan, where he becomes a journalist, Steve Martin, and until he does a great job until Tokyo is destroyed by Godzilla. After Tokyo is destroyed by Godzilla, he runs back to the United States, changes his name, goes to law school, becomes Perry Mason. Then, after he leaves law school and becomes Perry Mason, he's tired of the being on that side of the law, Then he decides he wants to be a cop. Then he goes to school, becomes whatever he does. You're going to become a cop. And while he is a beat cop, he is
Police
shot.
Academy.
Police Academy, thank you. And then he hits the police academy because of a beat cop. He is shot and ends up in a wheelchair and is now Ironsides. And that is how you play 6 degrees of occupation. You can do it smoother. This is a little bit, kind of wonky, but you get it. 6 degrees of occupation. And now Sonia has joined us in the room, and she is still muting herself.
That's because I didn't want to hear you want to breathe hard in the mic.
You're cool. Just tip it down and you won't hear a thing. Um,
You know what, though?
Somebody said they did not get the link. Now, I don't know who it was that did not get the link. It says, say your name on here so I know who you are so I can tell you where to find it.
You know what, though, Penelope?
Yes.
We started off the day here in the Southwest at 60 degrees, and now we're at 29.
Yes, we did. Yes.
I'm interested to see what the weather is like in Sonia's.
I know Sonia.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. I know that it's there. They closed the highway for the snow.
Wow.
So I'm looking to see what else. They closed the highway completely. It is currently 28 degrees, feels like 18, and it's snowing. There's a good 2-3 inches on the ground, and they're expecting more because they closed the highway so much so that the Bills will not be playing tomorrow.
Wow, that's
how bad.
Crazy. Right. Well, Nikki said she didn't get the link, but Nikki, that was sent to you in an email that you should have gotten a few minutes ago. Because you're right, it was sent late. I admit that, but it was sent to you. Check your email, most recent email.
And they never cancel NFL games. I mean,
no, they don't. It's supposed to be played on Monday, but I don't think. And the fans even plowed themselves a path to the stadium.
Wow.
So that they could play tomorrow, and the governor said no.
That bad.
That bad.
Wow. So how is it there for you? What is it like?
We're inside. It's warm. But yeah, it's you can hear the wind howling. It's 40 degrees, 40 degrees, 40 miles an hour winds whipping around the house.
What's the temperature?
28 feels like 18.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna.
That's like a bad date in a club.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this thing.
She looked like 28, but she was actually 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's snowing.
Try it again. All right. Okay, it should be a link in the email that was sent. You have to look down, and it's an actual link. But yeah, it was sent late. Try again. It's an email from me. It's not from the system. It's from the me. But still, I see 2 people who are not here, which is James and Cranston. And Otto told me that the Chiefs are playing, and that is
the Chiefs are playing Miami, and the temperature is minus 20 degrees.
Yeah, it feels as 4 degrees feels like, or -4 feels like -23. Yeah, they can have that.
That's no.
They can keep all that.
Guys playing in short sleeves. So.
I feel so sorry for you, Sonia, because you're so used to living New York, sure, but you've been most of the time in Florida
and Georgia, where it's 50 degrees.
Yeah, and now you're up there in the horrible weather. Hey, it's Cranston. I'm so surprised there's Cranston. It's the top of Cranston's head. Before I had Cranston, now I have Cranston's ceiling.
Well, you can't feel sorry for Sonia though, Penelope. She wanted a white Christmas.
No, I didn't want the white Christmas. My sister of heart, my dear sister, wanted the white Christmas.
Well, you didn't tell
and she didn't get it. She got a white birthday because it rained. It snowed on the 13th. Did not snow on Christmas Day.
Wow, man, look at him. He's got all his books and stuff. He's trying to outsmart us.
I know Cranston's watching that playoff.
Cranston.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's showing off his books. Now he's showing his ceiling again.
Not your ceiling. It's lovely. Okay, up.
There
you go. All right, to the left. Oh yeah. Wait, down. Right there. Okay. Up a little more.
There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just waiting for Nikki. I'm now waiting for Nikki. Well, while we're waiting, Cranston, how is your weather?
It has been a weird week. It has been chilly most of the days, and then at night it gets down to really cool, but we didn't get frost or anything like that. And then it
Wow.
rained most of the day yesterday. So
Okay. While you all sit talking about your lovely weather, I am getting ready to text, and God knows how long that takes. Text this number for this link to Nikki. And everybody knows I have flat thumbs. It takes me 7 years to text anything.
well,
So,
they said that's the problem with all of our modern electronics. They can make it smaller, but it gets so small that it's too small for us to manipulate. So
right, that's me. I'm that person. I cannot send anything in less than 20 minutes. Um, so we got everybody. Well, Nikki was saying on in the chat room that they had 78 degrees today.
what? I'm so jealous.
That
Well,
is,
don't be jealous. Let me tell you what our weather was like here in
mm-hmm,
Southwest. It was 65 degrees today.
mm-hmm. Yeah, during the
That's
day.
that's
Yeah, it was
tolerable.
beautiful. It's the most beautiful weather. And if you started out, dressed for that weather, you would have been perfect. But by the time you got home, it's 29 degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is ridiculous weather.
Well, what we had here is people would go out wearing shorts and sandals, but then they'd put a jacket or a hoodie on over that. Can't figure that out. So,
Okay.
I
Well,
guess they figured if they're as long as the upper part was warm, the legs would follow, which isn't the case. But okay.
yeah,
that's what I
Okay.
heard.
because
I've
then
heard
you
that.
see them standing outside wearing these like sweaters and shorts and saying, it's cold out here.
Well, I want to know if Sonia went out. Did you go outside, Sonia, at all?
Oh hell no! I heard the wind whip around the house. I was like, nope, no,
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 and only opened the door to get accept packages. Other than that, no.
no. Okay.
Our nativity scene is still out there. As far as I can concerned, the angel and Joseph can stay face planted in the dirt.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. We finally got Nikki. All right. I don't know
Yes,
why those things were working. I'm glad it only took me like about 10 minutes to send in this text. So, all right. But we got a lot of wind from Nikki. I guess a fan, wind fan.
I just turned it off.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
Well,
welcome.
now that you're here, I guess you need your fan with your
Yeah,
78 degrees, right?
her weather's
It's
so warm. She needs a fan.
it's too
Yeah.
hot here. I need the air on. I'm hot.
Okay. Great.
I
We're
am.
so
I'm
happy
sorry
for
now. I
you.
got to turn the fan back on. It's hot.
Really? That bad?
It is. It's that bad.
Wow.
It's 70 some degrees.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay. So I want to know, Cranston, how much are you above that?
How much did I do what now?
How much are you above what she is?
Right now
Or below,
it's
I guess to say.
69.
So you got good weather too. What are you complaining about?
Well, it's good. There's good, and then there's good, and then better and best. So right at the bottom of it.
Wow. I would love to have that. Or we have that still. Because they're just they're killing us. This weather is just
Well, it's like a
ridiculous.
bad.
It
Like
didn't
I
get
said,
it didn't get above 32 here, so
Oh,
All
like a
that's
right.
too
bad club
cold.
date. It's like a bad club day, Penelope.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
looks 29, but it's actually 17.
All right. There we go. We know what bad club date. Yeah. Okay. Now everybody knows the rules that we said is 6 degrees of occupation. We stated them earlier. Most of you all know them. If you don't know them, we will restate them again. But our rules are is that we take an actor and then we take as many roles as we can, the occupations of those roles in order, chronological. If they got a time machine, so if it's a sci-fi thing, you can kind of fudge it. But it has to be as many of those as you can get in a row, explaining how they're moving from one occupation to the other. We explained it with Raymond Burr and his roles as was it Lars Thorson, the husband, and Rear
Thornburg, Thornburg,
Window, Thornburg, no,
Thor-
Thorn something. It's Lars, I know, who's the disgruntled husband who kills his wife in Rear Window, who then is arrested, goes to prison, but escapes to Tokyo where he changes his name to Steve Martin, and he's
not the
confined
comedian.
there until such time as Godzilla tears the place up. And so after Godzilla tears through Tokyo, he runs back to the United States, changes his name again, goes to law school, and comes out with his degree in the name Perry Mason. He passes the bar, practices for many years, after which he decides that this is kind of boring. He's tired of being on the defendant's side of the law. He goes to the police academy, as Otto explained. He goes to police academy and becomes a beat cop and shot on the street and becomes a detective, and he's Ironside or whatever the heck Ironside is. Ironside's a detective, isn't he? Or is he a
Yeah, he's
yeah.
a
He was a
detective.
detective.
You can't walk a beat in a wheelchair,
I
apparently.
know, that's right. So that's why he's got to become a detective, and he's
And
Ironside.
he was shot by a sniper for some reason. I don't know what that was all about.
I know. Maybe somebody whose case he messed up as Perry Mason, which is why he left. He's trying to get
Yeah.
away because he knows that he's in
Yeah,
deep
because at the
trouble, right?
beginning of the show, you see him in like a sight, like a rifle
Yeah, that's right.
sight.
The crosshairs. He's
Yeah,
for his crosshairs. So yeah,
yeah,
Lighting a cigarette.
yeah.
He
See,
was
there we
shot
go.
by
yeah,
somebody who said, "I told you to give up smoking."
yeah, yeah. They do. So he got smoked. And
Boo!
Good one,
Boom.
good one.
All right. So we had a choice of whether or not we could just, if you want to, if you've picked out one of your own and you want to start with that and do it, that's great. Or I can pick out an actor for you and you all have to work with it. And if I pick out the actor for you, I will allow people to work together to figure it out. But if you pick out your own, you have to do it on your own.
okay, I want to pick out one.
Okay.
I want to pick out William Shatner.
Okay. The dear William Shatner. First occupation.
Okay, first occupation, he was a.
Sorry. Before we start, Sonia,
Yes,
do you want to fact check or should I fact check?
I can fact check.
All right.
Wait a minute, she cheating? She gonna cheat?
No. She's got to fact check your things for IMDb because
Wait a
make sure
minute. What is
That you're
that?
in
I said
order
nothing
of
about no
giving.
fact check.
so
Get,
that you're not cheating. You're not
How am
making
I
up
cheating?
shows. You can be making up a show. You can say, oh yes, he was in that show called 20 Men or Under the Sea or something. And I would say, I don't know, is that really a show? You say, yes, it is. And then I would believe you.
These
And
are
you
all
just making it
well-known
up.
shows. These are all well-known shows. It's
Okay,
not.
well, we'll see. But you could make, if you think it's a show, you could make up an episode. You could, like I said, I never remember that episode. You say, oh, yeah, that really existed. But you could be not telling the truth. Also, you could get the dates out of order. And that's also part of the game.
Well, are we allowed to get the dates out of order?
I'll help you get back into order.
That's right. She's going to IMDb you and make sure that you get them in order so that your story is fluid. All right? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
William Shatner,
William Shatner. First, he was a salesman,
salesman.
married salesman,
Uh-huh.
and he went to a cafe, coffee
Cafe.
shop, and he
Okay.
put a penny in a machine, and for
All
some
right.
reason, the machine started telling him what he should do with his life and the future and all that, and
Okay.
it drove him nuts. It drove him nuts.
Okay.
So he was married at the time, and then he divorced his first wife and married
Okay.
another woman, and said, "Look, she's gonna make me less nuts,
Right.
so I'm gonna get on this plane."
Okay.
So he got on this plane, and then with his new wife, and he said,
Okay.
"I'm cool now." And then he looked out the window and said, "Holy cow! There's a fuzzy gremlin on the wing of this plane.
Okay.
What the hell is that?" And so then he opened up the hatch, the emergency exit. While he was sitting on the emergency exit, I don't know. And he took a couple of shots at this furry gremlin, and he
Uh-huh.
saved the plane. And
Uh-huh.
then they were going to take him to the crazy house because he saved the plane. But then they found out that he actually wasn't crazy because they saw the markings.
Okay.
They said, "You should go to like space school or something." And so he went to the Air Force Academy, and then they started doing space stuff. And he climbed up the ladder, and he became uh, a captain in
Mm-hmm.
Starfleet and
Okay.
Federation. And then he went where no man has gone before, and
Right.
flying through
Mm-hmm.
space. And
Mm-hmm.
then he got tired of that, and he said, "You know
Right.
what? This is getting kind of stale." he said he came back to Earth and said, "I'm, basically at the end of my rope at this point. I'm going to become a cop, just like a regular
Okay.
beat cop."
Okay.
And so I became a cop, and
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much it. He retired a cop.
Okay, now you have to go back and tell us what each one of these shows was. What's the first
Okay,
one?
so the first one is episode of Twilight Zone where
Mm-hmm.
he he and his wife, Shatner's wife, they get trapped in this cafe because this
Okay.
machine keeps telling them the future. And then
Okay.
the second one is also a Twilight Zone episode where he sees the gremlin on the
Man on the
plane.
Wing. Yeah.
And yeah, famous gremlin on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course everyone knows there's Star Trek.
Okay. Okay.
So everybody knows that. And then of course this the last one is TJ Hooker.
Okay. Can also add that he went back into the future and became a private detective in Tech War.
Tech War. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right.
The series of movies, Tech War movies.
Right.
And he came back to the present day and became a lawyer in Boston.
Boston Legal. Yeah.
Yes, thank
Woo,
you.
yeah.
That makes your
He became
that makes your
Alright.
6 degrees.
Yeah.
And that's 6 degrees. Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant. All right. It's 6 degrees. We made some occupation for William Shatner. Great. All right. Anybody else have one they want to try?
Yes, I have one. I have one.
Okay.
Okay. So I was going to do this in a little different. I'll go through the occupations, and then we'll find out, and then we'll try to figure out who it is from the breadcrumbs that are dropped.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this person started out as
Mhm.
their first career choice was not a good one. They
Okay.
decided to become a terrorist who was actually a bank robber, but they were passing for terrorists. That didn't work out too well. So then they decided to go back in time a little bit, and they became a sheriff.
A
But
sheriff.
that was a bad career choice too, because they were trying to stop somebody who was out to help people by stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. So decided, well, this is a little too primitive. So they came back to the present day, got married, but got caught cheating on their spouse at Christmas time, which was not another good choice. So that's 3. Okay, so then they decided, okay, we're going to give up this kind of thing, and they decided to go into acting, and they became a character on a popular at the time outer space show, but it got canceled. And then they accidentally got picked up by a group of aliens who thought that the space show he was on was a real show.
Okay.
And then he decided to stay in space after that, and became actually sort of like the alter ego for an android who was paranoid, and then finally decided to end their career by going into a stable, honorable profession as a teacher at a school for wizards and warlocks.
Wow.
Okay.
Sounds like hold on. Since he didn't give the actor's name,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
sounds like
Who plays
the last
Dumbledore?
one was the not the latest Dumbledore, not
Who plays
Gambler.
the previous
Yeah.
Dumbledore?
That was Richard Harris, but it's not Richard Harris.
Okay, so it's not Richard Harris, but
Not
it's
Richard.
somebody who plays the sheriff of Nottingham.
Oh,
Yes.
Basil Rathbone?
Clint.
No, not Basil Rathbone. That can't be right.
No.
No, but it's somebody who also plays a terrorist during a bank robbery. So this has to be
That's
how far back? It's a bank robbery.
that's the bank robbery is Die Hard,
Where they
and I can
believe
see
that-
his name, and I can't remember his name.
Oh my
Well,
gosh, I see his face.
You
Oh
get
my
half-
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Well,
And he died
I mean-
several years back.
Yeah,
And-
You
yeah. I
get
can't
half the
remember.
credit. Okay, so
Oh my gosh, and he was Snape.
yes, okay.
And He was, oh my gosh, and I see his face. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible with names. This is not fair to me. Okay, wait. But I got to figure out that. Let's figure out the films. Okay, you say he played a sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood.
Yeah.
All right. The terrorist and bank robbery, of course, is Die Hard. Okay, the first film is Die Hard.
Yeah.
The second film, is it Robin Hood?
Robin Hood, the one with Kevin Costner. Yeah.
Okay, Costner's Robin Hood. The next thing you say, he is a cheating spouse, but a cheating spouse is not an occupation. Time. What was his occupation?
His occupation was a cheating spouse?
It's 6 degrees of occupation. So what was his occupation? You got to have a job.
Okay.
What does cheating spouse do for a living?
He was editor.
An editor.
Christmas time.
Editor at Christmas time.
His brother-in-law was the prime minister.
Editor at Christmas time. Anybody know this film? His brother was prime minister. He's an editor. I think it's not the girl with the drag. No, that was Daniel.
No,
that was Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig was an editor. Now, okay, a publisher editor.
Rickman.
Yes, Rickman.
Yeah, right.
Rickman. Alan Rickman.
Right.
Okay.
Alan
Rickman. Okay. All right. He is the person. Okay, yeah. But what are the rest of the movies? Now he goes into space. The space thing he did was what?
Galaxy Quest.
Because
that's when the aliens thought it was real.
Yes. Okay. Galaxy Quest. But what was the other show? Because the Galaxy Quest is the one where the aliens grabbed him because he thought that it was real, right? But what was the one before that he says, the space show that was canceled? What is that?
That was, I can't think of the name of the show, but I know the name of the movie. I think the name of the show was, the name of the show was Galaxy Quest.
Okay.
Yeah, but when the other space one.
Other space one was, he was the voice of Marvin the Paranoid. And
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Okay. All right, Hitchhiker's Guide, because that's the next one. So Galaxy Quest is the first one. Hitchhiker's Guide is the second one. He became a teacher at a school for wizards. He was Snape. In Harry Potter. I was thinking it was Dumbledore. Now it's yes. Okay. All right.
And he got him in order.
You guys know your Rickman. Very good.
You couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
I saw his face. Couldn't pull his name
Me
out.
too. I was like, see his face. I know what you're talking about. I don't know his name.
Okay, what happens to me now all the time, I can remember the movie you were in. I can remember the character that you played. I cannot remember your name.
Exactly. That's like I cannot
remember
the
name of the character or the name of the actor?
The name of the actor. I can remember the character, but I can't remember the name of the actor,
Yeah. Okay, good. Very good. Okay. Let me see. I wrote out, what's my list?
Okay, I got mine.
Good. Okay, ready?
All righty.
Now, are we using Cranston rules?
Who's going to check her? Okay.
Are we doing Cranston
Whoever
rules?
can check mine.
I can check
No, I can give the actor's name.
Okay, because let's say are we doing Cranston rules or other rules, the regular rules? Because Cranston rules are kind of interesting to not know who the actor was. So
this one you'll know who the actor is.
Okay, cool beans. Well, let's do it.
Okay. So who's checking? Otto, you checking?
I've got it. I'm doing it.
Okay. So we're going to do Denzel because y'all said he had too many damn roles.
All right.
I figured out how to do it in 6. Okay, I don't have it up because I still got Harry Potter pulled up trying to check Cranston.
I trust you.
Are you going to limit Denzel to TV or the film?
We're going
to. No, it's going to be both.
Back and forth, just like Rickman. We did both. Okay, ready.
I don't have IMDb open, and mine is still on Harry Potter because I was trying to check Cranston. I'm stating it as a disclaimer. Okay. First, Denzel. He discovers he's George Siegel's son, and he plays the college basketball team.
Okay, I know that one.
After graduation, he became a doctor.
Okay.
Then he decided he couldn't do any more doctoring, so he became a con artist in Jamaica.
Oh shit! What is that?
Then he took a time machine to go change the course of the Civil War.
Okay.
I mean, this is a group of characters because he played a whole bunch and later.
Okay.
Taught in several schools, different things, football, debating, etc. And then he became the Equalizer.
Okay. All right.
Check our work.
Right. Okay, wait. Hold on. Here. Okay.
I gave you the last one.
Okay. Now, the first one, of course, is Carbon Copy.
Uh-huh.
the George Segal. The second thing is Saint Elsewhere.
Uh-huh.
The third one I didn't get. What was that? You said that
He
you
was a
did
con artist in Jamaica.
Mighty Quinn.
Yep.
The
Oh,
next thing is what was the next
Took
one?
a time machine to change the course of the Civil Try to
Glory.
change the course of Civil War.
Glory.
Taught in several schools. There's several from you to choose from.
Titans. What you call it? We have
Yeah.
Titans.
with the
Mind my Titans.
Titans,
And there's also the
Okay.
Remember the Debaters
basic
one. I
basic
can't remember.
Uh,
Yeah, he did a whole
basic.
bunch of teaching jobs in that way. And
okay.
then he became Robert McCall,
It's
the
the Equalizer.
Equalizer.
Yeah, I know
Very
my
good.
See,
Disney.
Very good.
Woo!
But but I wish you had included when he was a submarine executive officer.
And
Oh
was that
yeah.
Crimson Tide?
The sh-
Yeah,
Red
Okay,
was Red Dawn or Crimson Tide?
Crimson
Crimson
Tide.
Crimson
Red
Tide.
Dawn is Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crimson Tide. All right, all right. Woo-hoo, yeah, we know that Denzel. All right. Okay. Now, anyone else want to try it? Otto, you did one already, kind of, because you did the test case. Did you
But
want to
kind
do
would be
another?
kind of.
He did Shatner.
Oh, that's Rita Shatner. You're right. You did test case Shatner. Okay. I don't have one set up actually. We can kind of work through one. Y'all want to try to work through one, or you want me to try to create one, and then we all kind of do it together?
We
Or
can work through one.
Yeah.
I
okay,
like to work through one. I mean,
okay,
together, all
okay.
together.
All right, we work through one together. The issue is okay. This guy, he starts his career reading to children, right? Okay, we start there. Ready?
Okay.
First thing, he starts his career reading to children.
Got it. No, go ahead.
Yes, you probably do. All right. So, and then after he's done teaching as many children as he can to read, he decides that he didn't make enough money. So he decides he wants to become a pimp and go into
Oh, yes,
prostitution.
Morgan Freeman. I know what that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. But what's the film?
Street Smarts.
All right. And then after he is done with that career, he decides it's much too dangerous because he got shot and everybody thought he died, but actually he survived that being shot. Well, guess you know what? We could go even further back and switch the time. Say this guy was a slave, right? And then he was in the Civil War, correct?
Hmm.
And then he was out and he got chosen with many other black soldiers to fight in South Carolina. So that would be the first one, right? Going far back as we can. Or we can go back even further than that. Okay, let's say he was in England, right? And he got hooked up with this really bad madam who was like a real scoundrel, right? And then this other woman comes along and he is like good friends with her. And it's like 1700s, I guess. And he's really good friends with her. And then ultimately he has to make a decision as to whether or not to save the life of this woman who became his good friend or the woman he had the relationship with who was the madam. Remember that
What's the
film?
name of that movie?
Y'all know it? Anybody else know it? Huh? Anybody else know it?
I know the name.
No.
Maul Flanders, okay?
Maul
Oh,
Flanders.
that's right.
Yeah, Maul
Paul
Flanders.
Flanders. Okay. So after he is done saving the life of this woman who becomes his friend, he is so bereft. So I can no longer live in England. I must leave and go over to the New World. So he takes a ship, goes to the New World, and goes to the New World and says, oh my God, there's slavery here. Too late. Now you're a slave. And says, man, how am I going to get out of this slavery? Oh, I know how. I'm going to be able to join the Union Army at the beginning of the Civil War. So he does that. And then as he does that, and he has to meet like all these other slaves, and they fight in South Carolina. And so that would be Glory.
I
Glory.
said,
All right. So he's done. He's fighting, and they bury him on the ground. But he says, "I'm really a zombie person now. I climb out from under here, and I'm going to get me a new job. This is ridiculous." And so he says, "I'm going to lay low for many years until people forget who I am. And I've been all over the world, and now I think the most important thing for me to do is to teach young children how to read." And so then I would become what? Easy Reader
Easy Reader was first, I think.
on the Electric Company. No, after Civil War, that comes afterwards.
No, I mean
No,
the
Easy Reader's
film
first.
Easy Reader's first in his career. No, he
No, we do it
career.
chronologically as
Are
his
you going to?
careers. he had to be in the 1700s, then the 1800s, now the 1900s. When we
That's why I
40
did the
years.
time machine thing.
Yes, we're doing time chronological.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought it was career.
No,
Career.
by occupations chronologically.
Oh.
The only
Okay.
people that get to go back and forth is
But
those
then,
who are allowed
then
to
it
go
became
to
that
time machines with
principal. Remember that
aliens.
meme?
Yeah.
The
Remember that meme
principal.
principal?
Yes, lean on me. He becomes
Lean on me.
first he's a nice person teaching you to read, but then he becomes jaded and
He
he
got
says
fed up with these
fed
stupid
up. And
students.
so yeah, and he becomes a principal and lean on me. What is that guy's name? Joe, what is his name?
Clark.
Joe Clark, thank you, ma'am. Joe Clark and lean
Yeah.
on me. And then after he does that, he says, you know what? This has been a nice career for me, but I think that I've made for better things. I think I should become a detective. And so he does. With all the time he spent in the world, he learns all the ins and outs. He becomes a detective. And what is that thing called? Seven.
7.
So in Seven, whatever that detective is that he plays all the time.
Alex
So
Alex
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 Cross.
Cross.
Because Alex Cross, right? Right. And after that, what does he do? Come on.
become
Come
president of
on.
the United States.
Oh, yes. Then he becomes president of the U.S. in times of crisis, because that's what happens to us. We become presidents. There gets crisis on us, right? So what is
Always
it?
have the black people clean up. Yeah.
Yes. What is that called? That film, the
The
asteroid film.
Obama administration.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. What is it called? What's the asteroid? Which one was it?
Deep Impact.
Deep Impact. Yes. And that is 6.
That's
That's
6.
more than
Okay.
six.
That's
is
more than
6.
6. Because and didn't
Those
even
ones.
use Driving Miss Daisy or Dark Knight.
Oh man, you should have done that. Why didn't you bring those up?
Because you were going to roll.
Oh man, no, that's even better. Because he got glory that goes from being a slave, and now he's got to be somebody's servant in between. That is fantastic, chauffeur. So yeah, he goes from being a slave. And oh no, I'm out of slavery. I'm so happy. Wait a minute, Negro, you got to be a chauffeur now. Drive Miss Daisy, you blackie. That's what they did to him. And then he gets to go be. He gets to leave that and become easy reader. I'm tired of this serving people. I'm going to do what I want to do. Okay, what was the other one? We got a
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
And then he becomes a science because he's been teaching everybody. He becomes a scientist.
Right, that's right.
Lucian Fox.
That's right.
He takes
Right,
all that
still-
knowledge to become a
Yeah.
scientist.
That's
And
right.
still
So,
serving white people because he
oh
serves
no.
Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
He works for
Yes. But
No,
what
he
does he
serves.
do? What does he do? Lean on me. What does he become the
Principal.
before or after? After he's Lucius Fox?
No, before.
Before he becomes Lucius Fox, he does this principal thing, principal gig. This is enough. I realize I do not like working for this. I don't want to be a chauffeur. I do not want to be a principal because I realize I don't like children that much. So now I should do another job. That job is then I get
being a
to
scientist,
Lucius.
serving the even bigger baby, Bruce Wayne.
Yes, but he is absent, so I get to run the show. I'm
Yeah.
liking this much, much better. And then I decide this job is much too easy. I want to see a job where I get actual trauma. So now I should become Alex Cross, right? Because I haven't had enough trauma in my life. I miss it. Excellent. That was great fun. Great fun. And then ends up going from pre-slavery and all the way down to President of the United States at Deep Impact. My, how we have grown.
Only in America.
And risen.
Only
Only in America. There we go. Only in America.
Plus, he gets to be president again in one of those Olympus movies.
Oh my gosh. We also forgot too. He is also God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Why?
right. Bruce.
Yes.
Almighty Bruce. Bruce Almighty.
Yes, Almighty Bruce. Bruce Almighty. He is God. So there.
Only in
Wow.
America. Only in America.
All right. Okay. That was a good one. All right. Let me see.
Nikki,
What else
you got
we
an
have?
actor we can do?
Who, me?
I'm asking
Nikki?
Nikki.
Nikki.
Actor we can do.
Huh?
Any
have
actor that you want to do?
No, I'm just listening to everybody. You all sound
You know-
interesting. Nobody.
John Amos.
Yeah,
no.
but I can't think of too many things with John Amos. Okay. The one that's a John Amos. It
Started
starts
Start
out
with Roots.
Career-wise,
Roots.
slave.
Roots.
No.
He plays
wasn't
Kunta
Roots.
Kinte. What? Let's go
the
back the
color.
furthest in time.
Oh, okay.
The furthest in time chronologically.
Actually, he wasn't Kunta Kinte. He was
He was
He
Toby.
was
Kunta
Then.
Kinte
Toby.
when he got
He's
older.
Kunta
Toby.
as an
He's
adult.
Toby.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
You're right.
Toby.
Toby. Because
He was
he's
Toby.
Toby by then. Okay,
And what's
good.
Yeah.
a
True. It's true.
piece of the act? What was he in a piece of the act? Remember, he was like a bookie.
He was
Okay.
the he was
Which I
he
mean,
was
what's called?
he was
What you
one of
call
the
it?
heavies. Yeah.
What's the
Yeah,
PC?
Oh yeah, he was a
Yeah.
gangster.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a
Okay. Wait.
gangster.
Okay.
he
First,
was a
we
But first he
okay.
was
bookie.
Toby.
All right. Wait. Okay. First, he is a slave. He is Toby the slave, and he says, "I don't particularly like the slave gig. I don't think too many people that were in it actually liked it much. So they're
Plus I
trying to
lost
figure
my
out
foot.
ways to stop."
Plus I lost my foot too. No.
Absolutely, and that's not cool. So I want to get out of the slave gig, and so I plan an escape, and I escape slavery and lay low for a while, and then I come back after learning all these things, and I am a gangster, correct? A bookie, correct?
Yes.
All right, I become a bookie. I say, man, this is a great life, except a bookie is a dangerous life, and I don't think I'm enjoying too much of it. I keep having to run around after these deadbeats who don't want to pay, and then I have to hire, heavies to lean on people to get the money back. So, not exactly that I thought it would be.
He
Better than
becomes a
slavery.
father.
Better than slavery. Okay, go ahead. And
He
what?
becomes he becomes a father now
Okay,
No,
now
no,
in
no, no,
becomes
no,
in the
no.
ghetto.
no, 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 no. For that.
No.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, he becomes a
Before that,
weatherman. And
Oh, the weather thing.
he becomes a weatherman. Yes, in
Gordy.
Minnesota. Well, yeah, go to the weatherman in
in
Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
In Minneapolis. Okay, he is a weatherman doing his thing. But then he decides that life there is lonely in Minnesota being a weatherman, and he decides to get married. And
And no black people there.
yeah, I realize that. So he marries
That's
this
Princess
before
and
woman.
Pop.
Prince.
Yeah,
That's
before
before Prince
Prince.
came. Yeah.
Yeah, before Prince. He gets married and he moves from Minnesota to
To
New York.
Chicago. Yeah,
To
New
New
York.
York.
Come
To
Yeah.
New York,
To New
yes.
York.
To New York, exactly. Where he's married to this woman named Florida, and he is a fireman. But his name is Henry at that time.
Henry.
Henry. And so Henry and Florida decide they're going to move away from New
Right.
York and move to Chicago, where he thinks he's going to get a
Yes.
better job. But instead,
No. Wait a minute, Penelope. What happens is he moves to New
okay,
York.
yes,
He moves to New York, right?
yeah.
He becomes a fireman, and then they find out in New York that he only has a sixth grade education, so he moves out.
Yes, moves to Chicago,
Right.
right, and with his sixth grade education, and now he can't be a fireman anymore. He has to move into
Wash
the
dishes.
be a dishwasher and wash cars. But
And
because
he
he
got all these
already
kids all of a sudden.
right, but
Like,
he has the
damn.
problem. Let's get the problem now. But he already had the kids. Remember, he had the kids when he was a firefighter, and when they found out that he didn't have but a sixth grade education, so to take all his children, like to change his name from
Yep.
Henry to James, right,
Yep.
and
Yep.
move
Mhm.
to the projects because he was getting at one time his pension, at least a part of it, for the firefighters or severance. So he had to get a different name so they couldn't find out because he thought
Right.
he'd be able to find another job in that amount of time, but it never worked out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So there we are. So he's stuck now living there in the projects with his family.
Yeah. Then he went to Alaska.
Yes, he
Then
got
he went to
Alaska.
And
Alaska and he
wait.
met.
And then after that he died unfortunately, and
No, he went to Alaska first.
yeah. Huh?
Yeah, went to Alaska.
First.
Right.
And they thought he died in Alaska.
And then, okay,
Yes.
and wait a minute. My sister's helping me. My sister Nanette is helping me.
Okay,
She
go ahead.
said something that he
Okay.
got a McDowell's franchise.
Yes.
He went to Alaska.
McDonald's.
He went to
Yes.
Alaska.
Yes.
He went to Alaska to change his identity.
Right.
He got tired.
Right.
And remember, they had the Big Mick.
Yeah, the Big Mick. That's right.
He got tired of being.
Yes.
He got tired of being poor.
Yes.
He went
Yes.
to Alaska.
Right.
He saw
Ditched his family.
He saw Gladys Knight in Alaska.
Yes.
He
Yes.
saw how cool she looked in her clothes. And
Yes.
decided to ditch that family, and go and create a McDougal's.
That's right. All right.
McDowell.
McDowell's. Excellent. All right. That's great. Woo!
Good one, Nikki.
I didn't
Good
think,
one.
I didn't think we could do it with must keep down to James
John
Evans is in
Amos.
my head. John Amos. I didn't think we do it, but yeah, he's done enough that we could do it. Excellent. That is quite good. I like that. John
Yeah.
Amos. That worked out. All right, now coming back around, does anybody else? Otto,
Yes.
Sonia, Cranston, what you got?
Okay, so this person started out as a comedian.
Okay, comedian.
And after being a comedian for a while, they decided to move to the country where things are a little quieter and simpler, and got married to a somewhat neglectful husband, and they became a seamstress. And after doing that for a while and deciding that this doesn't work out, they moved to New York. Everybody goes to New York.
Yes.
And they become a psychic, but not a good psychic or a real psychic, but a psychic nonetheless.
Okay.
And after the psychic thing doesn't work out, they become a detective in Los Angeles. And after this case that they know they had wrapped up, but it goes sideways at the last minute, they decide, okay, enough of that. So they decide to become a lounge singer.
A lounge singer?
A lounge singer who ends up becoming a party to some illegal activities as a by one of their associates in Las Vegas. So they decide to become a bartender.
A bartender.
On the spaceship.
Okay, that's easy. Okay, we now
Yeah.
went backwards.
Yeah.
All right. So
and then finally, after they gave that up and decided to get a talk show.
Okay. All right. Now I
So we-
gathered out. It took me all the way that time to get to Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now let's back it up. They start out as a comedian, but that's
Right.
not really fair because that's not really a role. So what role does she play as a comedian?
She's an impersonator. Because she
Uh,
does all the imitations of all the different people.
No,
she
that
meets.
is not a job.
Yes, it is.
It's not a job. No.
She's on stage
No, that doesn't count.
performing.
It doesn't
And
count.
what show was she
So-
on?
So being a, okay, so change it to performer because she was on Broadway, but I don't know
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Still doesn't count. Okay, what you say? What is this thing that she says called a cut that she moved to the country? Okay, start there. What is that?
Color purple.
Color Purple.
Okay. Now that's what the
Seamstress.
1800s.
Show
Okay.
some time travel.
Okay.
That's 1920.
Okay, 1920. Okay, so Color Purple, Celia Color Purple. Then they
Mhm.
say that she is then what? She
was psychic.
Okay, deceptive psychic becomes a real psychic and ghost, correct?
Ghost, right.
Okay, and then you say that
She
she
was
said she had a
detective.
bad husband. The bad husband thing was Beloved, correct?
No, that was Oprah and Beloved.
Oh, what is this I wrote down?
What'd you write
What was-
down?
What was the second thing you said? I cannot read my own handwriting.
Okay, after she was the psychic, she became a detective, and that could be one of two movies. There was one where she was with a dinosaur as a partner, which nobody talks about ever. And then
I
the
think
other
you
one-
dreamed that. I think you
Yeah.
dreamed that. That's not real. Go ahead. Come on. What's the other one?
that was a real movie, yeah.
I dreamed that. Come
And-
on.
And because the title was some pun on T-Rex or something like that.
Okay.
And
What's the
Yeah, I
the
remember
other
the.
detective
Oh,
job
here it is.
was in oh crap, I can't remember the name of the movie now. I can remember everybody in it, but not the name of the movie. It was the LA movie where Tim Robbins plays the guy who kills the wrong guy, and the detective assigned to the case is Whoopi Goldberg, and Lyle Lovett is her partner.
I don't remember that, but I do remember the one when she was a cat burglar or something like that.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, with R.G. Armstrong was in that one. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Or the one, but she's a coach of the New York Knicks. Is she a coach or she owns the Knicks? Something like that. I forgot.
Okay, that you dreamed as well. Go ahead.
No, she was a coach. You remember that? Remember that she was a coach of the Knicks?
I don't remember that at all. But I do remember is that there is no sister act in here.
Yeah, she saw the thing went wonky in Vegas.
You're right. That's the lounge singer who, and if I knew they
Okay.
would give the
Oh,
best,
because she's a lounge singer.
And the detective one he's trying to remember is Theodore Rex.
Okay, wait. So okay,
I'm
so
looking it up. I'm fact checking.
Fact checking. Okay, so
Did she not coach? Did she not
yeah,
coach?
she
Go-
become and stuff. So
okay, you said
Did she not coach or manage?
Okay, the
Knicks?
T-Rex
Is that not
thing
true?
is the T-Rex thing is in LA, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. Then after that, she's the lounge singer in Vegas that turns into a nun, right?
Yep.
yeah,
Okay, so the lounge singer to nun, that's Sister Act.
yeah.
And then she
did
leaves
it
that
twice.
job
Yeah.
and get on a spaceship and becomes
Guinan.
Guinan.
Next gen.
And then she does what?
She gets a talk show.
All right.
Did she not coach? Did she
She
not
becomes-
coach in New York? Did she not coach the New York Knicks? Come
When
on.
did she coach in New York Knicks?
In a movie.
I
Which one?
I forgot.
I can't find it.
Come on.
Okay. Because we got
I'm looking.
We got the color purple. Then we have Ghost after that, or is there something after that before between? Ghost, 2, 3 T-Rex, 4 Sister Act,
Sister Act.
5 Guinan,
Guinan,
and
yeah.
6 the show where the ladies talk.
Yeah, The View.
The
The
View.
View, ladies talk show. All
You made
right,
it. You
yeah.
made it. But I know
All right.
I know she coached the Knicks too. So
I'm
Coach
looking.
Nick.
I'm looking.
Coach the Knicks.
I got several nanny positions. I haven't found
Well,
Eddie. Eddie, wait, is that Eddie?
Is it Eddie?
I think it's Eddie. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Yeah, Eddie is where she coaches the Knicks.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. There you are. You're redeemed.
I know I'm
Okay.
not-
Edwina.
You're redeemed. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Not bad. Okay. I had on my list some names. One of them I have is Charlton Heston. You say, hey, what Charlton Heston films are there? There are many, but this is one. It's like a group effort to do Charlton Heston.
He starts
first-
out as Moses.
Yes, his first job is as a prophet.
Well, wait a minute.
Yes.
Wasn't Ben-Hur?
Okay, but
No,
was he a
but
prophet before?
Moses is
That's
first.
before.
Then
He's
Ben
a
Hur.
chariot driver after.
Oh, right.
So he was a prophet, and then he has to go up to what is it, Mount Sinai? Where is it that he went and he did not go over the mountain, and everybody else went, but he didn't. Wherever that was,
Yeah.
he hung out there for a while, and so he decided.
There's another one though.
Okay, what's before that?
Still in the desert, he was Spartacus.
Spartacus.
Yes.
Now
Charlton
Spartacus.
Oh, wait a
Spartacus.
That was wrong one. Okay.
Wrong.
Yeah.
No.
Wrong prophet.
Okay, so we start out as a prophet in the 10 Commandments, right? And then he goes up to Mount Sinai, and he's supposed to sit there and die. Instead, he stays alive, and he gets really bored and says, I'm going to go get another occupation. So he straps on his sandals, goes on a ship, heads over to Rome. He takes the Red Sea, maybe. He walks across where the Red Sea has been open, just travels over, to Southern Europe, and decides to be a chariot driver in Ben-Hur, right? And then after him doing this, and his mom and his sister getting all the rain on them, washing away their leprosy, he decides to go into another line of work. What do we got after that with Charlton Heston? He decides he wants to go to the big country, the United States. It wasn't done immediately, but he hangs on a while and heads out to the United States, to the big country, correct? And decides that he wants to marry a teacher, but it doesn't work out for him because that teacher likes somebody else, right? Right. It says, I don't like this way this love relationship is going, so I'm going to continue. What else do we have for Charlton Heston?
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
That's later, but before Planet of the Apes, he goes through one apocalypse, or early apocalypse.
Oh, the Omega
with
Man.
Omega Man. Yeah, he has that early apocalypse with Omega Man, and he says, man, this is a really crappy apocalypse because somebody just speared me with a spear and I'm bleeding all over the place. And then, but the good thing is that the blood from me is able to rejuvenate mankind and creating a cure. So now that everybody is back, on track, we decide we're going to go to a new apocalypse. And in our new apocalypse, we have to eat Soylent Green. So that's not fun, right?
Damn,
So
how many apocalypses did Charlton Heston
Several.
participate?
several.
Damn.
But yeah, he goes to that apocalypse. He says, you know what? I'm tired of all these apocalypses. I'm going to go to like the Naval Academy or the Air Force Academy so I can get to the space program. I can be an astronaut, a cynical astronaut. I'm going to be a very cynical astronaut. I get on this spaceship and I fly with my compatriots where we're going to get ready to see a new world. We get there to this new world and it got apes all over the place. Oh my God. So then I go to the Planet of the Apes, right?
Yeah.
I'm Taylor.
Twice.
How many is that?
That's 5. Add Colby's.
2.
He's a disgruntled businessman with a wife with an extreme libido in the Colbys.
4. No, that's 6, right? 5, 6. That's 6. But
And then it becomes a Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he became
And you pry my guns or my cold dead hands.
he becomes a spokesperson for the NRA.
The NRA. All right.
There was
And then he
The
dies.
role of a lifetime.
There was
Then he
also
dies.
time he changed ethnicities and became Mexican.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. We forget about those things like that, huh?
We're trying
And yet
really
those
hard to
things that
forget
happen.
about that stuff.
Those things that happen. So, yeah, so this is Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston is on our list of to-dos, and it's to done, baby. All right. I mean, we're good at this. We should definitely do a really good recording of this and put it out there as a great party
Y'all
game.
taking challenges?
Yeah.
I got Billy Mummy.
Billy Mummy. That's hard, man. I can only think of like 2
He's
things.
he's a little kid taking people out in Twilight Zone.
Yes. It's a good life.
He was
Before
also
that.
a little kid in the
Little
Twilight
ex-Fremont.
Zone whose grandmother was trying to bring him to the other side.
Oh, yeah,
On the
yeah.
toy phone.
And
Yep.
Alfred Hitchcock, the little boy with the gun.
But going around shooting people.
Yeah. Yeah, the little boy with the gun.
He jumps into space as Lost in Space.
With his parents, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson.
And then he gets older and becomes a Mambari on Babylon 5. Transforms into a Mambari.
Okay.
That's 5.
Yeah. And I know 6.
And he
Twilight
also
Zone.
joins Starfleet and becomes an officer who gets killed off in one episode.
All right.
6.
But he's also in Twilight Zone, where they had the new Twilight Zone, where his daughter has the same abilities. And they try to co-opt her to get her to kill him. And instead, she hooks up with her dad and they get rid of everybody.
The Jordan Peele Twilight Zone?
No, this is the one that was in the 80s.
Okay, so we did an extra, so like 7.
All right. I cannot believe that we did that many Billy Mummy, because I thought we would not be able to get that many Billy Mummy. I'm surprised that we got
And
that.
I know we're missing some Billy Mummy stuff.
I know. Well, he did a lot of it with child.
Because he does a whole lot of voiceover stuff, though.
Yeah, but he's a marvelous child actor. I mean, definitely one of the best. Absolutely one of the best children actors out during the time. The kid actors when we were kids, when we were growing up, were a lot better than the Barney the Dinosaur acting school kids they have out now.
Well, you have to remember, it wasn't until 1965 when they did the first Charlie Brown special and did something radical. They said they actually used children to do children's
voices. That's true. I mean, Moosey Dryer with the voice of Charlie Brown. Yeah, I always remember that. Those were who Moosey Dryer is.
He was good.
Yes. Right. Anybody else have one they want to throw out there? Sonia. Nikki bailed out on us.
Yeah.
But they did good with that one. I did not know. Yeah.
Andy Griffith.
Yeah. Okay. Andy Griffith. All right. Let's start out that he started out as a a miscreant guitar playing
Nope,
man.
before that,
Before
before that.
that, okay, give me one before that.
No time for sergeants, right?
I don't know that.
Yeah,
What is that?
he was in the army. Remember?
No, I
Yeah,
don't remember that one.
yeah, he was in
Anybody
the
else remember
army.
that? What do you
Yeah,
do?
yeah,
But
late
wasn't
50s.
Yeah, he
Okay,
was he was in a Broadway play, and then the play became a movie. He was No Time for Sergeants.
okay, cool, cool. All right, and next to that, now do I get to be him being a miscreant traveling guitar playing man with Patricia
And a
Neal?
face in the crowd.
Yes, do I get that? Yeah. All right. Um, and after that, where does he come up next in um your
He
timeline?
rises to fame in New
Uh-huh.
York as a face in the crowd, and then
Yes, yes.
unfortunately for him, he was talking about stuff in a hot mic, called everybody a
Ah.
fool. Remember
Oh
that?
no.
Called
Yes.
everyone a fool, so he had to
Yes.
leave New York City
Yes.
and go back to Mayberry, North Carolina.
Ah, okay. Back to Mayberry, where because of his situation in New York, because they don't like New Yorkers anyway, they said we're going to make you sheriff, correct?
Right. Now he's a
And he could
sheriff.
Sheriff Andy. And then after he's done being Sheriff Andy, what does he do?
salvages a spaceship and salvage one. Makes his own spaceship out of spare parts.
And
Yeah,
what does he?
jump man in space. Yeah.
And what is it?
Salvage one.
Salvage one.
Uh-huh.
All right. And then after that, what happens to him? Does he
He
like
becomes
space?
he doesn't like space, so he comes back, becomes a lawyer, becomes Madlock.
All right.
What is the deal with like people don't like their careers
He
and they
doesn't like
become
space.
lawyers?
Well,
They become lawyers,
his spaceship
especially
wasn't all
space.
his
Huh?
spaceship wasn't all that good. It just kind of went up. It didn't stay up.
Oh, bad news.
So he came back to became a lawyer to defend himself, and then
Oh,
he
okay.
started defending others.
Oh,
But
excellent. All right.
there's
Because when his
there's this
spaceship came
correlation.
down, he must have injured some people, and they filed civil lawsuits against him. And
So
so to
he
represent himself at first pro se, then figured that he need more than just a pro se background in order to defeat these people from all the damage that was done from his terrible spaceship. He goes to law school and becomes Andrew Griffith lawyer. We all know as Matlock. All right. Anything else? We got one. Anything else for him? Because that's 5.
He did a TV movie where he was a psychotic businessman who invited all of these people out on this trip and then started hunting them.
Yeah, I
That
remember
sounds
that.
great. What
Yeah,
is that?
yeah, I remember that movie.
Wow. Okay, that's good. And so
I don't
that
know
that
the
makes
name of the
sense.
movie though.
That makes sense to me. After becoming a lawyer and have to handle all these cases, that makes perfect sense to me. You didn't invite a whole bunch of people out, somewhere, and then pick them off one by one. That's the thing that lawyers do. Yeah.
Tell me,
It really
as
did.
lawyers, what is the one thing they consistently do in portrayals of lawyers in movies and TV that you just grind your teeth when you see them do it?
Put their,
Um,
for me, put in the criminal case, putting your client on the stand.
on the witness stand. Yep, that is a teeth grinder. Say, don't ever put your client on the witness stand. Who does that? I mean, that's like a
Actually,
special case.
you watch Perry Mason, right? I
Hmm.
could, I've been going through a lot of Perry Masons.
And I can
I
count
wasn't
on one hand
that he
the amount
put
of
his
times he ever
client
put
on
his
the
client on the witness
stand.
stand.
Yeah,
Never puts his client on the witness stand, ever, because you don't do that. I mean, that is a thing they get correct. Do not
Mm.
put your client on the witness stand because they will invariably say the wrong thing.
Well, the only
It-
thing worse than that is if you have your client who is told you can't say this on an open mic and he does it anyway.
oh yeah, yep. There you go. That's what they do. Because people do things. You say, my mother used to tell me when she was in um, her industry, when you work with people, that the brain does not um, your brain cannot absorb the word not. So when you tell somebody to don't do a thing, your brain does not your brain is not able to absorb the negative. So you say don't do that. What your brain is actually hearing is do that. Not don't do
What?
that.
Really?
Yes, their brain does not understand don't because that negative. So you don't tell somebody not to do a thing. You tell them what you want them to do, not what you don't want them to do. Because in their brain, the brain is just going to always sit there to do that thing. Like don't stop for chocolate. Okay, stop for
Okay.
chocolate, right? Chocolate boy.
Mhm.
That's what he is. That's that brain thing. Chocolate boy cannot hear don't stop for chocolate, and he only hears stop for chocolate. So that's where when children you're not supposed to tell them what not to do. You're supposed to tell them what to do. So there, that's
No. Don't get an education.
yeah, you in trouble. And there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tell people don't get education. Yeah, get an education. All right, there we go. Well, guys, I'm looking at our time, and it has flown with us doing this very interesting 6 degrees of occupation. Man, we should really.
We
We
should
gotta
put it
go.
up on our website and put challenges up to folks, see
Yeah,
what they can
yeah,
come up with.
yeah. 6 degrees, and you go on your IMDb to go there and check your work.
Mhm.
Make sure that you're doing it correctly.
Or we'll check it for you. And if
Yeah,
you're accurate, you get a bookmarker. No.
yeah, something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Party handshake and a pat on the back.
I'm
Yeah,
just
Something.
amazed. I'm just amazed at the amount of people who go into space and then come back and become lawyers. I mean, what the hell's
Hey,
going on?
it's a thing, man.
well,
Everybody gets.
of course, you
There's
guys have seen that NASA has pushed back the next two Artemis flights by at least a year because of problems they had discovered with the vehicles.
What problems can you find with vehicles with the people who are supposed to have the job of creating vehicles?
Well, the three issues that they talked about openly, the easiest one is probably with the escape system, but since that only works before you hit orbit, that one isn't too much to worry about, except that it's that sudden stop when you come back down. The
Oh yeah,
second problem,
there's
the
that.
second issue they had was with the electronics that controls some of the valves on the ship, which could be important, like with oxygen or water or something. They say, hey, that one
Oh
is kind
bad.
of bad. And the big one, though, was they found problems with the integrity of the capsule.
Wow, that's
that's important.
you
So,
know,
Yeah, I never
so,
trusted that capsule. I have always questioned its integrity.
mhm. Yeah,
so,
boo.
so the orbital flight where the crew that they announced just circumnavigates the moon and then come back has been pushed back to September of 25 at the earliest, and then the
Wow,
landing has been pushed back to September 26th.
wow. Well, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
meanwhile,
meanwhile,
Elon Musk is circling the globe as we speak.
uh-huh. In
Yeah.
his capsule, I hope.
That's right.
All right, y'all.
I'm
Well,
not going there. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Too easy. Too easy. Not
well,
going there.
wowzers. Well, guys, this has been so much fun. But we're getting close. Actually, we are at time. We thank you all for joining us this evening in the Otherhood. We'll be back again next week with more fun and games, and we hope you'll be here too. Again,
By the way, happy
yes.
belated birthday,
Yeah,
Cranston.
Cranston.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
You
you.
President's
talk about
birthday.
circumnavigating the sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's six
Yeah.
degrees of occupation
Circumnavigation.
for Cranston.
All
Okay.
right. Congratulations. And so what do you want for your birthday? Oh, what did you get, number one?
Uh,
And what did you want?
so what did I do or what did I not do?
Well, what did you want and what did you get?
Let's see. I wanted not to be bothered, and that happened pretty much for the good part. So that was good. And because most of the stuff that I want is too expensive for any of the people I know to actually get it, I don't even worry about that. And then my final thing was I watched on my birthday, the home team got not just eliminated from one, just lose the last game of the year to a team they should have beaten, but they just got kicked out of the playoffs altogether.
Wow. Well, let's hope that means that all the bad luck has shifted to the early part of the year, leaving only good luck
That's a,
thereafter.
that's my story, and I'm going to stick to it.
All
Well,
right.
what?
All right.
Well, what's this expensive gift that no one can afford?
Yeah. Yeah. What's that?
Oh, let me see. New camera. Even though I have a technically new camera, it's only 3 years old, but I saw the model above that one is the one that I want, and and that's $1,200 for just the body. Lens is extra,
Wow.
so people are not lining up or chipping in to get that one for just for one. So
Don't see a GoFundMe in your future.
Yeah. Exactly. So I mean,
yeah,
just off topic a little bit, but not quite. So you have this camera, right? That is 3 years old, but I
yeah.
never see you post any of your photographs.
Is it still in the box?
Okay, he made
He
this thing.
froze.
He froze intentionally to
Comcast
avoid
froze.
answering my question. What?
Oh, it was
Okay.
refreshing on my end. So what was your
Okay.
question now?
My question was, you have this camera that you've had for these 3 years, but I
Yes.
never see you post any photos.
That's the funny thing. I realized that I have about, God, almost 30,000 images that I've taken,
Wow.
and except for things that I put up on for other people, but I don't have any of the prints that I have taken that I have liked enough to actually get printed and like hang it up somewhere.
You gotta be kidding.
Yeah.
You don't post anything ever either. I've never seen anything posted. Like,
No, yeah,
look, I
I've been.
saw my country walk yesterday. These are the little butterflies and bumblebees that I saw, the flora and the fauna. No?
Yeah, there have been some things I said, that's really interesting. I really like that, but it's kind of like I know where it is if I ever decide to. So, but since I know where it is, I just never do it. So
Yeah, but that's the stuff you share with others. I mean, where are your Cranston calendars of, Cranston's, you know?
when we were doing the Black History calendars, a lot of the original photographs were things that I did take. So technically, that stuff should
Wow.
be posted.
Well, that's wonderful.
We would have to take pictures of that, and I work with the friends group in one of the libraries, and I've taken a lot of stuff with them, and they post it, stuff like that.
Well, you should share it. We'd like to see it.
Yeah, okay, well, that's what I will do. I will do a special, this is stuff that I've taken pictures of, so tell me what.
Yeah.
Discussions for the Otherhood.
Yeah,
We'll
Yeah,
please
have a
do.
commentary on your stuff.
Right. You do it with that many images, you should be prepared to do a show.
yeah, okay, because I still have the ones from the thing back in Atlanta.
Wow. That's what, 2016?
Yeah, 16, yeah.
Yeah. Man, you should be public. Yeah, I would like to see it. That'd
Yeah,
be
and the
great.
good thing was there were a couple of pictures I took of Valjean that I sent to her, and she has used them along the way too. So
Wow. Wow. That's great. That's wonderful. True. Let's see. Look, you learn something new every day.
yeah,
All right. Okay, but this time for real. We're going to let you go. We'll be back again next week. Have a wonderful remainder of your week. Have a great Martin Luther King holiday for those of you all who get the day off. And for those of you all who do not get the day off, think positively about what it was that this man worked toward, and that we should also be working toward in our own lives. And we will be back again next week again. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful maybe weekend and a very productive week. Take care of
Bye.
yourselves. Good night.
Good night.
good night.